seemed like a bit of a game where the team that took their chances won. I know that sounds a bit of a cliche, but we had a few, they had a few, they took them, we didn't so much.
Yeah, I felt it was a fairly even contest throughout. I don't think it was for the purists today. It wasn't the most attractive game of football, to be honest, and especially from where I'm standing, it wasn't free flowing. But look, it was what it is. You know, it is what it is. You have to sometimes roll your sleeves up and battle it out, and hopefully the little moments that do settle and opportunities that you do get, that you capitalise. And we had a couple of moments early in the first half, Callum, and a couple of more, like literally flash chances in the 6-yard box. I think we've restricted them to 2 long shots before their goal. So it was a fairly even contest, and I suppose it was probably always going to be the team that kind of got ahead would be in the ascendancy. And obviously the timing of the first goal, we go in at 1-0 down and you're having to react, you know. And yeah, listen, we come out, we worked extremely hard, we played with energy. It just wasn't our most free-flowing base. It just felt there was a number of players maybe off colour. And when I mean off colour, I mean just not their usual very, very best. They still worked extremely hard, applied themselves really well, but we can't afford to have a number of players that are just not on their A game. And I think it was just one of them games that ultimately the opposition have capitalised on their moments. Look, again, if I overanalyse the 3 goals, I think we can do better. So yeah, look, it's disappointing. You know, even when we get a lifeline at 2-1, we make a couple of positive substitutions at 80 minutes, and then you get 7 minutes on the board. So you have a good chunk of time there to try and kick it on again. But I don't feel we were ever in the ascendancy to go and really cut Crusaders open. And listen, maybe that's credit to the opposition. Maybe they've made it difficult for us, and it could be a combination of that and us off colour a little bit. But yeah, look, I suppose that's my general analysis of the game. It's disappointing because, you know, we yet again lose another game of football against teams where we aspire to be or aspire to get to. You know, we want to get to the top 6, and eventually we have to turn a corner and start picking points up in these games. Like, there was very little in the general running of that game, and this is where we need to be better and in terms of getting something like minimum 1 point, you know. And that's what we said to the group. And look, they know it. They're as disappointed as we are, but we can't dwell on it because we've got, you know, the next game is always a huge game and none bigger than the Boxing Day one now, where we have to be best prepared for what's going to be a battle in Newry.
So I was going to say, in Boxing Day, fans are maybe a bit disappointed that we're not playing Portadown. Some of them wouldn't be, but it is still a big game. Newry are very difficult to play against normally, although we did play quite well against them over down there last time. Cold conditions. What's your thoughts going on down there?
Yeah, look, they're battling for their lives at the moment. You know, and we got to be prepared to match fire with fire, because, you know, they haven't won a game at home for a long period of time, and they're going to want to get that, as the old cliche goes, monkey off their back. So, you know, we have to look after ourselves over the next 2 days first and foremost, and get prepared. You know, then get prepared for what's going to be a huge game, which is going to take a huge effort over this kind of festive period. Very little time to recover, but, you know, we have to get motoring again, and we have to get another win under our belt. Like, albeit the main objective was to keep this football club in the league when we initially took over. We currently find ourselves 6 points off top 6, and as I said, we want to be up there competing with Crusaders and the Coleraines and the Cliftonvilles of this world. And, you know, that's where, as I say, that's where we aspire to be. So we gotta raise the bar in everything we do, from me right down. We gotta raise the bar again.